So, something very, very different tonight. Obviously, later on, we're going to be in here, and I say we, it's not going to be me, because if you check the Facebook poll, you'll see that you guys voted for Chris to do a challenge, and this is his challenge. So, where we are, Chris has not seen yet, and he's going to be coming in, and he's going to be blindfolded, and he's going to be sitting on that chair, and he's going to be reading a bedtime story. So where we are a fair way away from Hoylake Parade, and it's a location that we've managed to source just for tonight, and yeah, it's got a bit of a vibe to it, and it's got a lot of stories to it. It was a former nursery, now it's not, it's sort of not in use, it's disused, but just behind me here, where a REM pod is, there's been several reports of a ghost of a child that's been seen just walking up and down. So fingers crossed that it'll come and talk to Chris, but excited for this one. Evening everyone, and welcome to another brand new episode of the Haunted Scouse, where tonight we're back on the Wirral, and we're at a very, very popular location we know you guys love, but yet for some reason we haven't investigated yet, have we, mate?
We haven't. It's been a long time coming, guys, but tonight we are finally going to give Hoylake Parade the Haunted Scouse treatment. Yeah, how many cameras have we got, mate?
Multiple. As you can probably see now, there are however many lock-offs that we've got tonight, but we've definitely scattered them everywhere. And also tonight we've got a little bonus, because I've managed to source an extra part to this place. Now, it's a way sort of further down the road. It's not sort of to do with the community centre, but it is an abandoned former nursery that some of us are going to go in and investigate potentially later on. But we have got a lock-off in there, and there's been multiple sightings of children in there, so fingers crossed we find something tonight.
Right, so all the lights are off. As some of you that have been on events in the past with us know, that sometimes there is a gentleman that runs a class of a night, and tonight he's not here. We've literally got Jill downstairs, who is quite happy because we give her a big bag of minstrels. So
that'll keep her happy. So if you hear any rustling, it might be Jill. But in terms of like how it is now when we are here, I think the last time we were here it was sort of summer, wasn't it? So it was still quite light, and now it is pitch black. It is extremely quiet, and we've got so much kit laid out. We've decided to start at the top in the old dance studio. Now, this place used to be a school. It's still used as tutoring as well. It's used as community centre. Obviously, it's used for multiple things. That's why, you know, we are here, and the money that we use to hire this place does go to support places like this. So that's why we love it here. But it is such an active location, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I'll slot a little bit of footage in right now from before we've walked upstairs. Potentially a table moving. Now, we don't know at this moment in time whether it's being captured on camera or whether it's just being the audio that's being captured, but you will see Adam's reaction right now.
That's what I'm saying. Epic. The fuck was that? What was that?
What?
You hear that?
I can knock.
It's like the table.
Yeah.
It's what I do. It's like the shunt on the table.
Well, I've got another camera. I've put that other camera on the edge of that table.
Literally, it got to here and it was like over there, but like done. Like someone knocked the table. I thought you'd knocked that one in there.
No.
Well, it was there. I mean, the sound was over there. That was clear as day. Is that camera recording, is it?
Yeah.
That's picked it up, mate, honestly.
The one on the table is as well.
Where's
That one with the sensor is you'll put on the table, because there's an extra shot.
On that, no, that will have picked it up clear as day. Yeah, and obviously it is quite strange because where we are now, we are in the dance studio on the hall upstairs, but the classroom opposite, we have had that happen, and we have had that on camera as well, where a table has shunted, and for me that's exactly what it sounded like. So it's a promising start. So I think we'll do what we usually do, and we'll just do a bit of calling out, and then we'll get some kit out. And as I said, you know, we've got a couple of new devices that we purchased as well, thanks to you guys, and we'll introduce them as the night goes on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, let's get investigating.
Okay, so if there is anybody here with us in this building, you may remember us. We've been here several times before. My name's Adam and this is Chris.
Hello.
We don't mean any harm, we don't mean any disrespect. But if you do want to maybe come forward and communicate with us, we've got multiple devices that are upstairs, on the floor, on the tables, that you can go and touch, play with, throw. They'll light up, and that will just let us know where you are. If not, you can use your voice, make a noise, tap, bang on something. So if there is anyone here, can you maybe try and do that now for us, please? Is there anybody here that maybe used to come here when this was a school? We know, especially when we've been up this side, we've heard what sounded like a headmaster's cane being slammed down on the table. Maybe if the old headmaster's here, you can make yourself known. You know that sometimes you like to light objects up, potentially in this room and in the corridor. Maybe you can try and do that now. We'll know where you are. We can come and have a conversation. Sometimes you find like the ticking clock soothing.
Yeah.
They are like quite haunted in this place when it's pitch black, and that's all you can hear. So a few objects on the floor. And I know last time I made the mistake of thinking there were small children here. And I don't think you were very happy because you weren't small children, you were more teenagers. I mean, I'm a teacher. Do you like teachers? I mean, as I said, usually when we do come into this room, it does sort of tend to start quiet, and then as we progress through, there is a bit of a darker side to Hoylake that we'll talk about later. But potentially we might pick up on that as well. But then maybe generating a bit of noise because it is sort of in the ticking clock, quite quiet at the minute. So let's pump a bit of energy in with an S-Box maybe.
Okay. It's dark, this room, isn't it?
Yeah.
Should we put the 360 on while we're in here?
Yeah, you may as well.
Strange.
What side was that?
Well, it was both sides going down, but I'm here.
Mm.
I mean, literally,
Either way.
walls there.
Either way, potentially got a cutaway anyway, so.
Yeah. That's it, and if that's put in this way, it shows that I've got a
Yeah.
wall. I can't set that off even with waving my hands.
Mm.
It's dark, this room, isn't it?
As you can see from this angle, when we zoom in on the 360, you can clearly see that the lights are on the opposite side of the corridor to where Chris and Adam are in the room. That has to leave this as unexplained. What do you guys think?
Right, okay guys, so as Adam's just said, we know this building really well, and that's why it's quite interesting to come here after maybe 5, 6, even 7 visits with you guys tagging along. So to come here after so much, and we know where the hotspots are, just generating a bit of noise, echoing around here. Let's see if we can just kind of wake anything up and see if anything picks up on the lock-offs as well. So if there are any spirits here, I'm about to put a device on that will allow you to come through and tell us your name. You can just come through and scream and shout if you wish, but this device will allow us to hear you. Did anybody hear with us? Can you tell us your name, please? Yes, sir.
Come through.
Yeah.
Maybe try and come through into this room, tell us who you are.
Is this your classroom? Are you somewhere else? Maybe if we walk across and go out the other rooms or in the corridor. Shorter step walk.
Right, shorter step walk as well.
Are you out here? Don't be afraid, we don't mean you any harm. Are you in here? Is this your classroom?
I had a bad decision as well.
Are there any teachers here? The headmaster, are you here? Are we welcome here? Are there any females here with us? Help me, maybe. Can't help. What do you need help with? I think maybe tonight's one of those nights for short bursts on the Xbox.
Definitely. I think yeah, I think still listening to that there was quite a lot of mixture of voices. Definitely like you heard male and female.
Yeah.
And then also, I mean, I really noticed that it was like sometimes it was like really quite softly spoken as well. So I don't know whether it's just because of distance between the way we were, but there's like kind of a few faint voices on there as well.
Yeah,
but,
it's quite polite and gentle.
Yeah, but I think there's definitely stuff that we picked up on there. But,
yeah.
Again, when we review, there's probably more that's come up that we've missed, but yeah, as I said, obviously, you know, I hope you're enjoying the episode, and whilst you are, make sure you've hit that subscribe button as well, which is just there, and give it one of them. So yeah, obviously, where we are, we've had a fair bit of activity in terms of this room. Yeah, obviously, where we are, we've had a fair bit of activity in terms of this room. Yeah, obviously, where we are, we've had a fair bit of activity in terms of this room. The table that's just here with the cap ball on, that's been shunted. The cap ball has rolled as well, and we've caught that on camera. But usually when we're here, this is sort of, as we move into this room, this is when the activity starts to build up slightly, and then things start waking up a little bit further in the building as well. Very audible too.
Yeah, and it's interesting tonight, guys, because ordinarily we have 9 other people with each of us, and at times we're radioing each other to say, did you just make this noise, did you just make that noise? To not have anybody else in the building that's going to generate any noise like that is this is one I'm really excited for.
Yeah. I think what we'll do is we're just going to change the camera and I'm going to maybe just try something, hopefully that'll coax something out or maybe something to happen, so there it is. I think if you plant yourself here, mate,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to move the camera to that table and we'll put another cat ball or two on here and then sure. Yeah.
So one in here.
So just line up 3 cat balls on this table. Now obviously say what you want about cat balls, but really we're trying to use them tonight purposely for trigger objects. So we know we've had one light up and roll off the table and it rolled and then lit up and we caught that clearly on camera and the table shunted just after. And that was just before there was a massive bang. That's why I went out the room and went down the corridor. So hopefully maybe try and recreate and entice that to happen and maybe something might happen further down the road.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see from the camera angle as well, guys, specifically set up by Adam so you can see our legs.
Yeah.
So we are not, you know, if we were to move our feet to try to kick the table in any way, you're going to see it. So, yeah, and that's the thing when you do this kind of experiment, you have to be able to show where you are. If you haven't got another camera to show another angle, you need to be able to prove that if anything moves here, it wasn't us.
Okay, so if there is anybody in here with us now, there's a number of devices that are on this table in front of us. Perhaps you can go near one and touch one, just to let us know that you're here.
What was that?
And that was a high-pitched beep, but it couldn't have been the trip because
It's right there.
it's right there.
That'll be interesting to watch back. And we won't know. We'll have to watch back on the cameras because we've got REM pods in different places.
And you're racking your brains now to think what bit of kit makes that noise.
Yeah.
And I mean, that'd be a great quiz, that wouldn't it? Christmas quiz, what bit of kit makes this noise?
Yeah.
Well, that was really high pitched. It didn't half sound like a trip, but there's no way that could have. Which obviously we'll introduce you to in a moment when we walk down, but that was distance as well, that wasn't it?
It was.
And it was down the corridor.
Yeah. Gave a slight echo.
Mm. Thank you, if that was you communicating with us. Can you maybe try and do that again, but maybe a little bit closer to where we are? Maybe try and knock on something or bang on something. Maybe try and knock on something or bang on something. Maybe try and close the door over. Still hasn't happened. Perhaps you can come around this table and interact with the devices on it.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Now, that is brilliant. That is brilliant because that noise, every time we've come, we've heard that noise. And that definitely got in. I'd love to see a slow-mo replay of that. But I'm used to that noise because I hear that a lot in this room down that corridor. Now obviously we've got the lock off down there, tending to run down and see. But I think maybe because we're sitting here and we've had two noises now, it's building.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. That was very, very audible. You okay, mate?
I've still got my biggest test to come and I still don't even know what that is, but my God, that made me jump then. I mean, you're just concentrating so much, and you, as Adam said, you're listening to the tick, tick. But thank you.
What we sort of put that down to is like it's the headmaster's cane sort of smacking on the table, and I think it was Steve, might have been yourself when we were here, said it sounded like that, and when someone says it, you're like, do you know what? It does sound like someone smacking something down on the table. Yeah, obviously because it's like an echo chamber, the corridor, the sound just reverberates up.
Yeah.
Thank you. Obviously you do want to communicate with us. If you can, again, come closer.
What you are about to hear happened over around 15 to 25 minutes over in the nursery. What's intriguing is that each of these occurrences seems to bring about a different sound, so that discounts the idea that one particular noise was happening over and over.
Again, we'll just do quick bursts, some bits of different bits of equipment tonight, guys, and we want to obviously show you the building and showcase it for what it is. But I know usually when we stay in here something does try and coax us down, but maybe by ignoring it a little bit it might sort of entice more things to happen.
Yeah.
So if there is anybody here, there is a device on the table that you can choose a word and we can have a conversation.
Obviously.
Alright. Clearly. Like a proper like teenager that minute, like obviously. Okay, so thank you. Clearly you know what it is because you communicated through it before. Can you maybe tell us who you are?
Gaining more energy. Gaining more energy.
a spirit talk. This
Oh
was
my
like 3
God.
years ago, this. Jumping at a noise, jumping at the spirit talker.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know what it was? I was so concentrated on thinking if that noise does that, my brain was out there in the corridor.
Dear me.
I'm 10 years old.
Wow, okay.
Right, so we've got a child, potentially. And then we've got someone gaining more energy. Maybe this is the child.
Yeah. Can you tell us your name? Please don't be afraid of us. My name's Chris and this is Adam.
Hi. You used to come to school here? There's a number of objects in the room that light up. If you want to push them, play with them.
They left me.
I'm not having to leave my body tonight, I think. They left. Well, wasn't this, I know it was like, it was unwed mothers, wasn't it? But it was like, and children were abandoned here. So that's highly relevant, guys, and we have had
We
that.
hear you.
Thank you. We have had that before. You know, this, one of the uses of this was, you know, it was somewhere where it was a home for unmarried
Laura.
mothers. Laura.
Oh, okay. So maybe this is a child called Laura,
Yeah.
10 years old. Okay, and you were left here.
Thank you for telling us your name, Laura.
Morning.
Morning. As in, good morning.
Good morning.
Maybe it is for you.
Well, exactly. It's like, you know, it's that crossover of, it's that crossover of, it's that crossover of. Did you hear that?
Maybe,
Maybe
yeah.
then. Yeah.
Metallic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that you, Laura?
Is that like a little, is that a metal? It's plastic. What's metal in the room? It's a plant. What would it do?
Oh,
Jesus
sorry,
Christ.
that
What are you doing?
There's a torch on here somewhere, isn't there?
Stella.
Stella. What's the matter? So it's got like one bookcases and stuff, but there was a proper
Yeah.
thing then, wasn't it? Wow, okay. So clearly you're in the room with us now.
I hope that camera angle caught you jumping there.
I mean, I think that was a clearly more obvious thing to jump at when it was in the room.
And genuinely, I'm sure this has got a torch built into it, guys, the walkie, but you know
It's on the
us.
side somewhere.
Yeah, we tend to just take stuff out the box and switch it on.
The thing I can think of is that's metal at the bottom. John's bookshelf. That was a proper paint, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, suppose
Maybe the chair.
the legs of the chair are metal.
Could have been. I mean, there was a chair.
There's a chair there, yeah.
Thank you.
And it's like, you know, it's like we're having a conversation then. It is like the listening, and it's,
Recognize.
Okay, you might recognise us because we're here quite a lot. And obviously the things that are happening we are quite used to, and it does seem to occur. It seems to me that you may have come into the room, which is fantastic. Can you maybe come over to this table where the device is? And maybe touch one of the balls that are on the table?
it's like breathing then.
did say at the start of this as well, and you kind of don't want to say it because if nothing happens, you're like, oh, you know, we've already thrown it in there, but we said audibly. There's a lot, and we've had that bang down there.
Oh God, yeah.
And then obviously now we've had it in the room as well. And that's in the space of about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're usually lucky to get that in, 5 hours really to get noises. So, but that one really is interesting to me. And it just goes to show it's so subtle, but, I don't understand what someone would have had to have touched that to make that noise.
Exactly.
Walk forward.
Okay. So do you want us to walk down the corridor? Is that where you are? And maybe someone's down there that does want to communicate with us.
Even subtle little noises.
Mm.
That was a beep.
That was a beep. Okay. I think logically now, especially with walk forward and another noise, we are going to have to maybe move further down now, but yeah. Let's go down, check it out. We'll keep the spirit talker running. It's just on there.
Hate.
What we'll do, we'll put the 360 in here.
Yeah.
Just because obviously we
We're
did have
going
a
to
lot.
set it off every 5 seconds.
And I think I'm going to put it nearer to here. Where we heard that noise.
Yeah.
So
I mean, obviously we haven't got a camera in here, but if it goes off, yeah.
So, I mean, whilst
That's the noise.
that's the noise, that is
That's
it.
the
So,
noise.
obviously,
Go on, let me get a wide shot and so like.
yeah, so one of the new bits of kit that we bought from Poltergear is something that I've had my eye on for a while, and it's a trip laser wire. So obviously when you walk through, something breaks the beam, you'll hear this noise. But that is very, very similar, if not exact, to the noise we just heard
Yeah,
before.
well, just to test that theory, I'm going to go back in here,
Yeah.
and if you do that, then I can get the same camera angle. Wait for that to settle.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
Do you know? And again, it goes to show because we're using new equipment. I'm not going to walk in just because of that. But because we're using new equipment, we haven't. I knew that made a beep, but we don't know what it sounds like on location, really, do
Yeah.
we? So it is. Yeah. I mean, the great thing is we've obviously got the lock up on the corridor as well. So fingers crossed. Maybe, Joyce. Fingers crossed. Maybe we'll potentially capture something on that.
No, exactly.
Yeah. So,
We live in the shadows.
yeah, so just step over it.
Stepped over it.
There you go.
And just to show guys, we have got a REM pod there. We've got a K2.
a few bits of stuff knocking about in here, but I think really it's the corridor and sort of audibly now, whilst we're down here. Fingers crossed something actually happens again. But I mean, this room especially for you has been great, hasn't it? For me, where you're currently standing now, we've had clear knocks on that wall, like really like someone is the other side banging. But yeah, you've also had the incident with the door in here, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is literally the position I was in when I just managed to sweep round with the camera and capture that door closing, as seen in the
I feel hopeless.
opening credits. I feel hopeless. Now,
Yeah.
funnily enough, we do tend to get that sense of emotional turmoil, if you like, as we get nearer to the next room. With
It sort of pulls away from like that sort of school vibe, doesn't it? Into
Yeah.
sort of a different kind of era or a different kind of energy or a different kind of feel to it.
Many other souls.
But if there is anybody here that maybe can make a noise, like the noise that we heard before, maybe you can knock on something or bang on something again, or even close the door. Maybe you can try and do it now whilst we're here. You did want us to walk forward. So is there something that you want to show us or tell us?
ooh,
That was deep.
that was you.
No, that was deeper said than on my heart.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I know there's a radiator there, but again, how can you time a radiator making that noise?
Well, the radiator had been off for hours.
I was going to say, it was definitely the centre one. So it was definitely here. Yeah, it was obviously like cast iron. And in fairness, it's a community centre and a formal school, there's no way of putting the heating on yet. So
Yeah.
they haven't been on for a while. But, yeah. Thank you, if that was you. You maybe try and make another noise for us.
Oneness.
Oh, Jesus. Oneness. Oneness. And what would oneness mean? Being at one? Like that, like a hippie chill thing? Oneness, or... being comfortable with yourself or something, I don't know.
And if you are here, maybe you could tell us something that you could see in the room. So maybe if you're seeing the room
Elsewhere.
elsewhere.
Okay, so walk forward. You come in here, there's a noise, and now it's like elsewhere. I mean, if there is a 10-year-old child that's playing, it's hide and seek, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe tell us where we should go. Or maybe make a noise, light something up, interact with some of the equipment. Again, I mean, what I do like is that we have got a lot of equipment out tonight. Potentially the laser tripwire may have gone,
Yeah.
but audibly again, it's just using what's around to interact, which is great.
Familiar items to the spirit, exactly. We're introducing things that, if they go near the familiar items, they will trigger.
I was going to say, if you're elsewhere, can you tell us? But I mean, if they're elsewhere, then I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Kitchen.
Wow. Wow. Now, obviously, we know what's next door, don't we?
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Okay. I mean, I looked down, I didn't even see that couple. So, but as I was saying, if it's then elsewhere, why would they tell you where they are? But then, kitchen, okay. And I mean, we may as well not mess about, we'll go straight in,
exactly.
We'll show you exactly why we're quite stunned by that.
So yeah, welcome to the cookery class.
Exactly. Now, I mean, you're probably not going to be like as in awe as us and think, well, it's not really a kitchen. You know, I'm not going to be walking into somewhere that's huge and it looks like it looks like the kitchen in your house, but obviously this is what this is used for. So if anywhere was going to be sort of defined as the kitchen, it would be this area. So thank you. Maybe you could tell us why you wanted us to come in here. Is there something that you want to say or explain or show us?
Lights are normally top right of the screen, then I'll have to check that.
Okay.
And funnily enough, in this room especially.
Yeah, so again, obviously we're still amazed that it said kitchen and come out of there and we end up here, but obviously looking up and we've got two magnificent sort of tin frames and beams that run through the building.
Hurting.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I know, just as obviously I was explaining, so sadly this is where a gentleman took his life, unfortunately, via one of the beams that are above us, and I'm sure you can use your imagination as to what I mean by that. And yeah, this is sort of where we do get quite a sad.
Can you stay a while?
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll stay as long as we can. But yeah, we do get that sort of sad sort of overcoming of emotion, and we've had several guests in here just leave, haven't we? That
We
just
have,
been
yeah.
sort of completely overcome with emotion.
Revenge.
So, we don't know obviously who this gentleman was and why, or the story behind it, but maybe if you are here you could do something just to show us that you are. Maybe tell us your name. I'm sorry if you are hurting, if you are upset.
What the hell was that?
If you are upset. What the hell was that? Clearly someone's not really happy. That was loud. That was lovely.
What was that, murder?
Revenge and murder.
Revenge and murder. I mean, this is one of the things, wasn't it, when we say we got kind of hints last time that maybe it wasn't suicide on the last visit here. So maybe we're getting a little bit more information through of what actually did happen. Maybe it was made to look like suicide. Is that what happened? Were you murdered?
But we're not ignoring that, by the way, because
No.
that was loud and that was brilliant. But you know, we've got a camera downstairs and obviously we've got one in the...
You are kind.
Thank you. We've got one in the sensory room as well. So we sort of just, you know, let that kind of do its thing and
Yeah.
get down there eventually. But, you know, we're up here and we want to sort of investigate here. And I know something might be drawing us downstairs, but we are going to go down there soon.
You are kind, Minister. Can you tell us your name? We do appreciate that you've recognised that we're here to sympathise with you and offer you some support. Even in the spirit world, we offer you our support. Whether you took your own life or it was taken from you, we are very, very sorry about that.
Quite a lot of anger tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that...
Usually it's said we just get quite sad, but it's kind of gone the polar opposite, hasn't it?
like a frustration. I mean, that's like old-fashioned, like an old-fashioned way of talking as well, isn't it?
Did you used to work here?
Knife.
Knife. I mean, obviously we're in the kitchen part, but
Analyze.
analyse.
Analyse a knife. Wouldn't it be funny if there was something here? Something like the first aid kit. TV remotes. Is this sort of indicating maybe what happened here? Or did something happen here involving that? Knife, analyse, murder, revenge, cases.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we know the wonderful Tabitha did some great research on here.
Brown.
Brown, could be a surname. Did some wonderful research which we finally will get to incorporate into this episode with a bit of the history. But it was quite sketchy around what actually did happen to the person. Can you move something, one of the chairs or one of the tables, please? We'd love to be able to tell more people that you are here and more people can come and say hello and speak to you.
Adam.
Wow, okay.
Okay. Hello. Clearly, he wants to communicate with me, or talk to me. Maybe I'm just being big headed, maybe they call that.
Well, it's been a while since your name's come out.
Of that, definitely. It's usually Xbox, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is there something that you want to tell me?
Do you recognise Adam? Do you like Adam?
Okay, it does. When we've been here, being obviously a teacher myself, it does sort of pick up on that vibe and it does kind of react a little bit to me.
I'm only 6.
Okay, well, only 6. Well, later on, I know Chris is going to be somewhere where maybe you can follow him and you can play with him, but if you want to follow me round, that's fine. So we're going to go to a room now that's got a lot of cushions and toys and things that you can play with. Maybe you can tell us who you are just before it turns the device off.
Nan.
No.
Nan.
No.
As in your nanny?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you feel like a whimper then? I thought he had like a... I'm just going to check and see if there's anybody outside. There's nobody outside. Putting the camera outside at an angle. It's such a quiet road here.
Liam.
That'd be interesting if that's being picked up on the audio. In fact, there's nobody outside. But it did sound like it.
Just to go back to that, we got Brown and then Adam just after it. Potentially it could be an Adam Brown, maybe Liam Brown. Something to maybe look into. But thank you for communicating with us. We are going to come back up a little bit later on. But if you do want to follow us downstairs, you're more than welcome. If you do want to make some more...
I'll move something.
I'll move something. Okay, we're more than happy to see that. If you can do it in this,
I need more energy.
you can do it in this room now before we go. Or maybe in the corridor.
Assurance.
Well, you can take some of my energy. If it helps you to move something, I've got my hand out. Please feel free to hold my hand and take some of my energy. I don't mind.
You don't mean any harm or disrespect. Because that's why we're here. So if you can move something, can you do it now? Oh. So I just turned it off, but the way came up.
Yeah.
Is typical. Obviously that's going to be bleeped anyway, but the F word came up basically. So yeah. I have to say, I mean, we're going about an hour up here. So, yeah, I mean, we've been going for roughly about an hour now, and you know, wow, we wouldn't even get half of this stuff on the investigation for like 6-7 hours, would we?
Yeah, exactly. And this is, it just shows because we know this building so well, it's been nice to come here and go, we know how we want to investigate this, and it's patience and learning, just like on the events. If you know, yes, I am talking to you, Ronnie, if you make too much noise, then we can't experience anything. So it's a case of sitting there patiently. You still get your jump scares, as I've proven.
Definitely.
But we'd have missed a lot of the subtle noises if we were...
That's it for me. It's the subtleness of it, you know, and the sort of dings in every room that we've been in. There's been sort of something that's happened, and again, it always seems to tell a story to pull you down to this part, and especially getting kitchen out to come in here, and then still hearing the noise that was outside as well. So it's been a great start, hasn't it?
It has.
Hopefully downstairs is going to be even better.
Yeah, and then the extra building. Come on.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, 3. Haircut today, not fucking ring, obviously. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we've come downstairs now in the Hoylake Parade Community Centre, and we're in the sensory room. And again, this room, especially for you, it's just the pinnacle for what you guys have been down here and investigating some of the activity that you've had, especially with the REM pods and stuff moving about.
And Gina coming out the bloody room when I didn't know.
Yeah, that's just behind us there. Yeah. Just get off that IR like, but yeah, just there is another little room behind us there. So.
Yeah, which I have checked, she's not in there.
Yet, yeah.
Both. Both.
Might be waiting for you somewhere else, to be honest, tonight. Yeah. But yeah, it's again, obviously we've got the usual bits of kit out. We've got a couple of cat balls. We've got the REM pods actually in here as well, the K2. So we'll just do what we usually do, and we sit, we get comfortable, we'll call out, and fingers crossed something happens.
Some nice comfy chairs in here, so yeah, why not? I'm okay anyway.
Yeah, I'll yeah.
Or do you want me to get on that beanbag?
You can get on the beanbag, yeah, if you want. Yeah.
I'll be able to get back up. I haven't sat on the beanbag for years. Great, aren't they? Are there any children in here with us? Can you knock on something? Can you move something? The children who were upstairs with us, is it Laura or maybe Adam or Leah? Have you followed us down? Are you allowed to? What the? What the? You heard that?
What the? What the?
That was in that room, wasn't it?
That was in that room.
Christ almighty.
Oh, not Gina, is it?
Oof. No, hand on heart. Never heard that noise in here before.
No, that was loud.
Yeah.
That was very loud. And I mean, as you've just seen on the camera, this is the one way in and out of that room.
Yeah. See, again, there's no way. It's just, again, because the sensory room, this obviously is a smaller part of it. But again, what a heavy thud that was. That was,
I mean, there are
mad.
other chairs in here.
Yeah, there's one. Yeah. Yeah, there's one here. Oh, that was me. Yeah, there's one. Yeah. Again.
Oh God, I'm never getting out of that. But it's good trying to find like what could.
Like a proper deep, heavy. Again, that was like a bang on metal or.
Huh?
It was fantastic, isn't it? Again, it was the other side of the wall, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if that was you, can you do that again, please? That was so loud. This has been brilliant for the audibles tonight.
So I'm glad I called it at the start to say that it is an audible place, because it is
Yeah.
just proving how awesome it is. And every time we say about places where you want to investigate and where you want to go, and we always say, oh, Hoylake, and
Yeah.
it's like, where's that? You know, it's not like a big Newsham Park type place, but it's for activity, it's brilliant, isn't it?
It's literally what I was just about to say. If there are any other teams watching this at the moment, you know, we'll put all the contact details below and put it on our socials as well, guys, please. You know, it's cheap as chips as well. You know, get yourselves here, support the centre, and have a fantastic night.
I think if we go back out there,
Yeah.
and then we try and recreate that. I mean, I don't know how we can recreate it, because we were just sat down doing nothing, but
Well, isn't it? I mean, literally, if you show your chair on the camera before you sit down, so you can see
literally,
it's exactly like you're moving.
yeah, I'm just sat on there. And again, the noise was sort of there where I'm pointing the camera now,
Yeah.
and it was definitely seems to be from that room. Again, settle in. So he was sitting here thinking that this is, again, for me, when I've been in this room, it's patience is a virtue,
Yeah.
because usually you do have to wait a while and then it builds up. But I think we've been here about 4 minutes and heard a massive bang, so
Yeah. Thank you so much. Slight knock on
there's a tap as well over there. Again, I'd fling the camera around, but obviously you wouldn't hit the IR light, but it sounds like something again over there.
So different when it's just me and you
Yeah.
in here.
And just goes to show, obviously, on events, that you must have been missing out on so much, because when there's the extra few people in here, it's obviously you can drown out certain little taps and little noises, but hearing everything tonight.
And there's no wind outside.
It's a calm night, isn't it?
Yeah, we have been here when it's been storm, and obviously we're right by the sea. But not tonight.
Yeah, I mean, for the time we've been investigating, we haven't actually seen a cat ball go off. We
Yeah.
haven't heard a REM pod go off, or seen a REM pod go off. No, we haven't really been in a room near or around one. But none of our actual equipment sort of interacted with, has it? So usually you'd be like, oh, it's a bit disappointing, it's a bit of a quiet one, but my God, how wrong am I?
Well, it's, you know, it's a lot of people in the paranormal, guys. You get the traditionalists now who they all want to be Harry Price, they all want to be, you know, stones in pockets and, you know, little notepads and what's your experience and everything. But technology's moved on to enable us to still be ghost hunters, if you like, but this technology is being created to enable energy to interact with it. So if that's what a spirit is, if that's what feeling a cold chill on your hand, if we can have this technology to help out, great. But when the technology doesn't react to anything, the building itself is still key to the haunting, and that's what's happening tonight. I can't believe how loud the noises have been.
And I mean, as fun as I thought it might be to put you somewhere else and to give me quite an easy run at the building, and now tonight's pretty ramped up. So I don't think I'm going to have it easy, to be fair.
No, I do agree, like, even though I've got no idea what's in store for me.
Well, let's explain.
So, that's his sweets. It's almost time for me to be going over there for the experiment that I know nothing about. So it's I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a bit worried because, yeah, whatever his mind has conjured up for this one, it's he's too happy about it, he's too ecstatic about it. So, I don't know what you've done, billing, but yeah, I'm about to find out anyway. Dead man walking the line, walking the green mile. Is it open already? Is it?
I don't think Jill's just shut it out. I just need to speak to her and just see if it's... Right, so I'm going to go and put Chris over in his little spot now. Thank you very much.
Can't wait.
The look of excitement.
You got your walkie? Yeah.
I have indeed, yes. You got yours?
Yeah.
We won't be far away, don't we? And then we're going to put the blindfold on our friend here, and that's it.
Yeah, thanks very much for everyone that voted for me on this, by the way. One vote, one. Next time, billing, next time, I'm going to get my thought process going because we've got some great locations coming up. Still got no idea what I'm letting myself in for here, guys. He genuinely has not told me anything. But yeah, thank you very much, Jill. Thank you.
Right, so what I need you to do now, mate, is put blindfold on.
Already?
Already.
Oh.
So you're not seeing anything.
Right,
Okay.
you take that off me then.
And more will be revealed as you go through the process. But at the minute, you are blindfolded. Obviously, where you're going, you've not even seen the layout of this place. So,
Oh, for God's sake.
okay.
Right, okay.
Blindfold on.
Blindfold is on.
Right, and just if you hold that, and then if you put one of your hands on my shoulder, yeah, and I'll, yeah, no, you're okay. Okay, so just keep walking through, that door's going to swing closed. Okay?
Yeah.
Right, keep coming, and you've got 4 steps. So, 1, yeah.
Oh, fuck's sake.
This is even the hard bit, to be honest, but yeah. Right, step down again. Step down again. Step down again. And then step down again, you're done. Okay?
Okay.
Right, keep coming.
I hope the camera's pointing at me doing this, by the way.
Mind the tree, dear. Right, okay, so I'm going to open this door now. Okay, keep coming. Keep coming.
Yeah.
Keep coming. Okay, that door's just going to swing by, so just keep walking.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it's just a little, don't worry, it's a ghost. Okay, keep following.
Oh, this is total trust, yes, I've got to say.
Right, keep following. Okay, and then if you...
Do you know if I watch this back and it's just there's nothing here, it think I go on a snake?
Right, you just put your left hand down, you'll see there's a chair here. Down, 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 down. Yeah, it's a swivel chair. Okay, so just, yeah.
That's the arm?
Yeah, that's the arm. That's the arm, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I'm just going to check this camera.
There's a battery in your pocket and it's a battery.
Okay, no, it's fine. If you just turn to your right slightly, mate, so you're straight on. Yeah, there. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're fine for now, obviously. I'll
Otherwise,
take,
people will be watching going, how do you know what straight on was? I don't know that, thank you.
I'll take that out your hand. I'll put that over here, you'll see it.
Did you say the battery's okay?
Battery's fine, yeah.
That's just the that's okay.
So I'm just going to flip my camera around and I'm just going to come onto this side of you. So, as you can see, something very special for you. I have already explained to that camera, but currently right now, Chris is, where are you?
I don't know. Well, I know I'm in a building that's not too far away from the main Hoylake parade, and I know this building has been here. It's one of the original buildings on the maps of the 1800s.
Yeah, and I swear to God, there was a massive noise upstairs then as you were talking, or I don't know, it was somewhere, but anyway. So this is test number 1, okay? So it's more of a, I'm not going to be that mean and just let him sit here with a blindfold on, okay? But obviously, where we are used to be a nursery, and very, very close to where Chris is now, multiple, and I mean multiple sightings of children have been seen here, just where he is now. That's why, strategically, I did put the chair there, because who knows? There is a REM pod just to your right, mate, okay? So obviously if that does go off, there's a noisy REM pod just behind you on the left, and a couple of cat balls that you probably won't see them anyway. So yeah, so test number 1 is just to sit, maybe call out and see what happens, and then I'll radio you for challenge number 2 soon. Yeah?
Right, thank you. Thanks to everyone that voted for me. I feel so loved.
So why? And yeah, if you want to see Chris back in here, yeah, hit that subscribe button just there, and yeah, who knows, eh? Maybe hit that subscribe button just there.
I genuinely cannot see.
This is the best episode ever, by the way. I'm loving the beam and smile on my face is just phenomenal. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to disappear. I mean, I've still got a lot of investigating to do in a massive building. So yeah, I'll give you a radio in about, I don't know, about 2 hours, mate.
Yeah, I can't see me watch, can I? So it's all on trust, this.
Right, good luck.
Thank you.
And yeah, I'll radio you your next challenge.
Okay, have fun.
I will. Now, would that react to a flash?
No.
Okay, thank you. Oh wow, okay. Thank you. That's brilliant. That's green, mate. Did you see? No. Well, clearly, hopefully you're appearing in this picture now. And then what I'm going to do is take one more. And I think I'm going to leave you to, mate. That's a great welcome now.
Oh, mate. You.
That's better. I mean, you couldn't have timed that any better, could you? So yeah, obviously you know where the REM pod is now.
Well, I know it's somewhere over here.
Yeah, it is, and that's where the sightings of children have been
Anything
seen.
by my feet that I can potentially kick.
No, there is a cat ball in front, but it's a fair way in front.
Right. And the camera's here.
The camera's directly in front, yeah.
Right,
Okay. Okay, so thank you. If anybody else does want to throw something really hard or make a noise or bang or knock on something, please can you do that now? I am genuinely going to leave, mate, and I'm, yeah, good luck. I'll radio you in a bit.
Alright, if I don't radio you first.
Good luck.
So I've just left Chris over a fair way away, to be honest. It's usually the part where you might feel a little bit guilty, but I don't, I'm really happy. So, but yeah, fair play. He's took that on the chin. It's, that's only sort of part one. I've got a fair few more challenges for him as well to do. So, but yeah, enough about him for a little bit. What we'll do is I've come back into the sensory room now, so I've got the rest of this building to explore. So I'll do a little bit in here, and then we'll go back up to the main corridor upstairs where all the noises were before. So fingers crossed, obviously now I'm on my own, potentially something might happen.
If that was you, that was interactive. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this. My name's Chris. Don't mean you any harm. My friend that just left me here is Adam. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hello? Oh, billing. I genuinely, guys, I've never been in this room before. I don't know what's anywhere around me. I don't know what's above me. Paranormal investigator Chris, come on. This is horrendous. This isn't. Hello? A noise to my right. Is there anybody in here with me? Oh, I will get revenge, Adam.
Oh, there's a cold breeze on my right hand side. Are you standing next to me? Is that you that's just touched my hand?
Okay, so if there is anybody in this room with me now, can you maybe go towards that device on the floor and set it off for me, just to let me know that you're here? Maybe you can make a noise. I know you made the noise before. It was extremely loud. Maybe you could do it again whilst I'm in here on my own. Don't mean you any harm or any disrespect. If you do want to communicate with me, maybe try and do so now. You try and walk around so maybe I could hear you. Maybe try and bang on something. Maybe try and move something. Maybe if you're in here, can you maybe try and make yourself known? It's quite cold in here. This is where we heard a noise from before. It's been rather quiet in this room tonight, other than obviously the noise that we heard when Chris and I were in here. There's just like a flick on the K2 over there now. You may be standing near the device that's got the green light on. Thank you. Could you maybe go right next to it so it goes all the way up to red? Thank you. Maybe you can try and push that device over. You can try and use my energy, use the energy that's in the room.
At least they didn't put me in handcuffs. Did you used to live here?
voices. Is that your voice I can hear? Oh, me. Oh, me. Oh, me. I'm not lasting 15 minutes here. Movement to my left now. Don't mean you any harm. Is it you I can hear moving around? Again, my name's Chris. I come from a place called Liverpool. I swear if I had a heart rate monitor on me right now, guys. Hello? Fucking hell. Excuse me, I apologise for swearing. Please do forgive me. And I'm going to move one hand away from the walkie-talkie, guys. I'm trying to hold the walkie-talkie. I'm not letting go of it in case I drop it. Oh my God. I don't want anyone to think I'm setting it off.
any children here? Oh, I can't believe we just asked that. Did you used to live here or go to school here? I don't know whether it's going to be better or worse when he radios me and tells me to take the blindfold off. Trepidation of taking it off, and where am I? Who's here with me? Like something touched my face.
So, yeah, it's obviously been a little bit quiet in here, to be honest. A couple of taps, a few flicks on the K2. Nothing too much to report, to be honest. But it has been a while, and I do feel a little bit guilty, maybe. So perhaps it's time to radio Chris with maybe sort of the next part of his task. So we'll get on the radio now, and yeah, we'll at least maybe give him his eyes back. That's something I can do, I suppose. So yeah, come on, let's do that.
Oh, fuck me. Oh. Oh, fuck me. Oh. Yes, that's me.
Having to Chris?
Yeah, go on, mate.
How you getting on?
Well, just about shit myself when you radioed. REM pod's gone off twice, and there's a lot of knocks around me.
I think in that case it might be time maybe to give you your eyes back so you can take your blindfold off now and see where you are.
I've literally just said to camera, I don't know whether I want to take it off or keep it on.
Yeah, you might want to maybe take it off and maybe see where you are.
Right, okay, blindfold off.
Just before you get up and start wandering round, can you see a book on the floor next to you?
In the dark, it looks like, is it the Gruffalo?
It's not so much a Gruffalo, it's just it's a lovely sort of story, and I think kind of in the environment that you're in, wouldn't it be lovely just to sit and read a beautiful story to maybe some children that possibly could be around that might entice them out and sit with you and listen to it?
Absolute wanker. Right, okay. So, okay, story time over here then.
Yeah, enjoy it. There you go. You see, even when I finish teaching, I'm still trying to help. So, you know, teacher's work's never done. But yeah, so whilst it's story time over there, it's not so much for me because we're going to go back upstairs now, and I'm going to sort of see if we can entice anything back out to maybe knock, bang, start making some noises. So, come on, let's go.
Oh, yes, you knobhead. Put a cat ball on it, so that makes me jump as well. Prick. Excuse my language, by the way, if there are any children here. Right, where's he put me rig? Monstersaurus. Right, okay. Right. Let's take you off here then. Survived part 1. Right, okay, so let's read this book. Hi, my name's Chris. I've come to read you a story. Do you like stories?
Maybe if the headmaster's here and he's down the corridor, you can make a noise and let me know. Perhaps walk up the corridor so I could hear your footsteps. Maybe you're in one of the classrooms. If you are, can you maybe light something up and let me know which one? Obviously what we're all really expecting and hoping for is a massive bang now, just to sort of get me on edge as well and get me going. And that's what I'm hoping for too, honestly. Okay, right on cue. Thank you. Sounds like it was behind me though. Have you just made a noise? Thank you if that was you. Sounded like it was just above me. It could have been. Was that moving? Could have been though. Okay. Interesting. Interesting that was right on cue. Yeah, if you can make another noise, maybe bang on something and let me know where to go.
Right, okay. So this story is called Monstersaurus. So I don't quite know how to do this without a torch, so I'm going to have to put a torch on, guys. Monty loves inventing, but things don't always work. His walking toaster ran away. His robot went berserk. Take some bright green slime, a sock, preferably smelly. Heat to a goo with mouldy cheese. Stir in some strawberry jelly. Wow. Whoosh. Bright sparks flashed. Out shot a thing. All swampy, green and wobbly. I'm Bogablob. The monster drooled. Yuck, Monty gasped. You're slobbery. Monty grabbed the book again. Take sawdust, just a puff. Heat with a tin of old baked beans and belly button fluff. Belly button fluff. Pooh, Monty gulped and held his nose. This mixture smells so weird. Then poof, another even crazier thing. A dust monster appeared. Hey, Bogablob, the dust monster roared. Let's have a monster fight. No, stop, gasped Monty. Where's my book? I need to put things right. Kapow went Monty's formula, and from the fizzing mix burst big bad monstersaurus. I'll sort your monster fix. Grrr. Hope you're enjoying this at home, by the way. I'll give you the short version in the edit. Monstersaurus roared a roar and hissed a horrid hiss. Clear off, you measly monsters, or you'll get a great big kiss. We all like big kisses, don't we? Crash! The monsters scarpered off as fast as they could run. Monty cheered. I've made a friend, a mega monster one. Said Monty to his new best friend, it's great just you and me. What fun did they get up to? You'll have to wait and see. Did you like that, children? Do you like that book? So, just to point out, there has been in this building, and if you are here, please come and say hello. There has been within this building sightings of a child in this very area here. And then, you know, where I was hearing the knocks. Hello?
There's a radio out.
And Chris?
Yeah, go on, mate.
Can you try and radio me then?
No, the radio is in my pocket, mate.
okay, my radio went green and someone was coming through and trying to speak.
No, 100% wasn't me, mate. I was actually talking on camera, asking, you know, if there's any children here, come and say hello.
Have you finished your story?
I have, yeah. I promised the viewers the edited version. Subscribe. Channel members can get the full story.
So you had a good look around in where you are?
Yes, so I'm assuming it's just the 2 rooms.
Well,
Right, so I should be exploring through that door then.
so what I did was I completely forgot where I put the parachutes, and yeah, you might have to come out the door that you came through and go and have a little look and see what's upstairs.
I don't even know which way it came in. Oh, great. Upstairs. Right, okay.
When you get upstairs and you go into one of the rooms up there, I've left the book for you. If you can just tell me what that book's called, I can't even remember what it is now.
Oh, that's not creepy at all, is it? Oh Christ, mate, this room up here isn't creepy at all, is it?
I thought it would sort of suit you.
When you say you've left the book out for me, I see it on the chair, a long way from home.
You are indeed, my friend. We'll come and sit back down here. So, obviously, usually when we come in here, this is when stuff starts happening further down. So fingers crossed that does kind of replicate now. I'm on my own. So, yeah, hopefully you'll hear that sort of like metallic pinging noise again. That's a new one for me, I've never heard that before. It sounded like something then, but it's hard because the clock's a bit louder in here. Okay. So if there is anybody in this room with me now, or along this corridor, or in this building, that does want to come forward and make themselves known, maybe try and give me some sort of sign that you're here. Maybe try and light up one of the objects that's on the table. Maybe you could try and move the table. Maybe you can come and sit down next to me. Hang on. Thank you. So, put the Spirit Talker back on, and obviously that cat ball's just gone because I've just put the Spirit Talker down. But so, if there is anybody here now, there's a device on the table that you can come forward. You can tell me your name, you can tell me who you are.
Francis.
Francis. Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you. Is that who's just maybe sat down next to me?
Key.
Key. You see again, I left the camera on that cat ball on purpose because people would say it was the phone that set that off, and obviously it hasn't there. Maybe you can try and move that ball that's on the chair if it's in your way. I'm so cold now as well. Are you around me? Oh my God, I'm freezing. Oh my God, it's like a proper chill. It's overcome me. Is that you, Francis? Maybe you can try and touch me or push me or tap on something near me just to let me know that you're here.
Beware of the dark.
Why? What is it that I should be aware of? Maybe you can show me where you are, light something up, help me. Maybe you're down the corridor. Oh, it's obviously the 360, that's me. Maybe you're down here. Perhaps you can maybe close the door over.
19.
19. Okay. So you're a teenager. You usually do get that as well. You're sort of, it's not a child, it's like teenage children. And then equally we did have before about being
Busy.
busy. Are you busy? Maybe you're working. Maybe this is a classroom that you used to work in.
1960s.
No, 1960s. Okay. Sure, that was peak when it was a school. Obviously, we'll look into that and see what sort of relevance the 1960s is.
I'm in my 50s.
And in your 50s. Well, okay. Is this the headmaster potentially that I'm speaking to?
Joanna.
Joanna. Hi, Joanna. I don't mean you any harm. My name's Adam. I'm just here to have a conversation with you.
Unexplained.
Unexplained. What's unexplained? Maybe what happens here? Or maybe something that happened here? There's one more room I want to go in. Maybe try and speak to you. Or maybe try and speak to the person who sadly lost their life there. Maybe you can tell me a little bit about what happened. Or maybe who you are or who it is.
Something waits.
Something waits. Lovely. I wonder what that something is. Maybe you're the person who lost their life. Maybe you're the person who's waiting. Maybe someone's trying to warn me of somebody or someone who waits. Would really like it if you can maybe make a noise. Maybe if you could bang on something. Maybe move one of the tables. Maybe you can set up one of the devices in the corridor. Maybe Laura or Gabriel. Liam.
Kevin.
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 Wow. Kevin, thank you.
Heretics Fork.
That was loud. Oof. Thank you. Oof. I don't mean any harm. Kevin, if that was you, can you maybe do something else? Wow. Maybe you were trying to write something on the board, just behind me.
I can't protect you.
Okay. And clearly that's someone trying to help. What is it that I need protecting from? Or who from? Wow, that was loud. Ooh, thank you. Ooh, thank you. Ooh, thank you. Can you maybe do that again for me? Or maybe try and move something? Clearly you're moving round. Well, I mean, started off quite quiet, but definitely, no pun intended, finished with a bang. Wow, I mean, that's some of the best activity I've had in here personally. The first noise was unbelievable. That was something banging on the wall just over there. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do now is obviously Radio Chris, and we're going to go and do a little bit together over in the building that's just down the road, and yeah, sort of see what happens when we both come together in there. But in terms of walking around this place on your own, it's next level. Honestly, it really is. for somewhere local and inexpensive to hire, you really should, if you're a paranormal team, get yourself down here or get yourself on one of our events. And but before you do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button here and give it one of them. I hope you're enjoying what we're producing as well. And if you do, maybe consider the channel membership whilst you're browsing. But yeah, let's get back to the episode.
I love to sing.
You love to sing? Well, I'd love to hear you sing. Oh, fuck me, it's my reflection. Oh, you wanker. Oh, absolute knobhead.
Serenity.
Serenity. So you like the peace in here then?
Important.
Is somebody important, or do you need to tell me something important?
Officer Chris.
Just had a full scout, make sure he wasn't in here.
Yeah, go on, mate.
I killed people.
Yeah, okay, I'll come back down to where you left me. I've literally just walked back downstairs now.
Hey.
Hi.
There he is. You still sat in that chair in that new room, isn't he?
No, I've got off my arse. I've read the story. I've read the story in there. I've been upstairs.
How did we find it then?
Oh, it is both. It's both genius, wicked. Yeah, it's the REM pod went off twice. There was audibly knocks on this side. One was quite loud. There was one on this side, and obviously now I can see what's here.
Yeah.
But at the time,
Yeah.
I've never been in the building before in my life, so I had no idea what was here. I knew I was in a place and I knew what the stories were. It felt like something touched my hand. Yeah, it was. Ironically, after I don't even know how long I was actually doing it for, but probably after about 3/4 of the time before you radioed me, you then you settle into it. But the first bit is just, especially in the REM pods going off and you hear the knocks, and then you're kind of thinking, okay, I'm a paranormal investigator. I know there's been a ghostly child sighted here, so I have to ask the child to potentially interact. I did hear noises from upstairs, and so I don't know whether upstairs is where I've just been before.
It is, it's directly above, yeah.
So there was a couple of noises from up there. Yeah.
But I mean, what I wanted really was obviously when we did Clifton and we both blindfolded and we sat in chairs, that was sort of, it was unsettling, but obviously because we knew the environments, that was the key bit. And I think walking into somewhere, not even knowing what is actually around, because you can't even think, well, no, there's a window there, or no, there's that there. You did not see anything about this place. So what I was trying to do, obviously, and what we said we'd do, was obviously start raising our game, and I'm hoping that that's obviously maybe ticked the box and done something
there's
for you.
There's a few jumps on that camera, don't worry about that.
I mean, that's it. But I mean, in terms of me, obviously, I went back over there. I did a little bit in the sensory room. There wasn't much. There was a little tap. Went back upstairs. A cat ball flashed potentially next to me on a chair. Another little tap. But then, sort of winding down, got into the hangman's room, and then honestly, the bang and the knock on the blackboard was just,
Wow.
it was so loud, and I was like, I mean, luckily I was facing the camera like this, and the blackboard was just behind me, and the noise from it, mate, I've never heard a noise like that in that room. So I was like, oh my gosh, okay, so even that made me jump, that you'll get on there. And then about a minute later, there was one on the table just next to me as well. So that was like kind of, it finished on a high for me, although started low. It was, yeah, it got me going. Being on my own up there was something definitely
Well, that's pretty
different.
good then, because I've kind of had the opposite. I've gone from the heightened sensory deprivation thing, and then I've got to admit, it's like once you get your sight back,
Yeah.
you relax,
acclimatise
you
and,
kind of go, yeah, okay. But
yeah, I mean, well, the thing was, it was the stories were, in terms of the actual, kicking a couple there, in terms of the actual building, there wasn't too much sort of sighted anywhere else.
Yeah.
But it was only for the fact that you didn't know there was another part to this building, did you? So the idea was to go, oh my gosh, now I've got to go up some stairs and go and find somewhere where I've never been. So I'm hoping that yet again kicked it up a bit next level.
I've got to admit, when I walked into that room, I kind of got comfy in telling the story.
Yeah.
It was like, you know,
And I thought you would, and that's why I needed yet again something else, and
Yeah.
why I didn't want you to come over here. So yeah, I mean, I'm not looking forward to seeing what you're going to cook up for me, but yeah, I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed that. And obviously, again, with having the REM pod going off was brilliant even before I left. So, and then it still went off again when.
Well, do you know what the interesting thing was? That REM pod went off, but not that one. But yet, when you radioed me and we've been on the radios, that's gone off, and then that's gone off.
Yeah.
So again, it kind of adds a bit of weight to just one of them going off, because there's two REM pods, and I'm in an equal proximity to both of them. So if it was me, and at one point I did actually sit there, but when it went off the second time, actually, because it made me jump, I actually made the point of holding one hand out and just holding the walkie by the aerial, so no one could turn around and say, oh, I'm sitting there pressing the button.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Revenge will be sweet. Revenge will be sweet.
So yeah, that's the final ever episode of Haunted Scouse. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and yeah, we've sort of finished on a high. So yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Well, we won't see you on the next one because there's not going to be a next one. So it'll just be reruns from now on. So yeah. You must have had a chuckle at that book upstairs.
Long way.
I saw it and I was like, oh, that's brilliant. That I'm just going to put that there for you. You're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. Oh, no. Thank you.
Hello.
That's a blatant... Thank you. I was about 4 seconds away from picking out and turning it off.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, don't. I'm not done yet. Thank you.
Yeah, so it wasn't you. I thought you were on this one, are you?
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, I walked back down here. And I did what you did.
Did you do that?
I walked in and I went down, they just caught me shouting, oh, fucking...
Brilliant, because when I was coming back out of the first thing I did, I turned around and just went, oh. I was like, oh, that's brilliant, that, because you don't know that minutes there, and when you walk back through, that's got to get you.
Especially walking back down, because I was thinking, maybe these fucking snuck in. So like you can have the camera around the corner. Yeah, because I put the spirit talker on here for a bit.
Yeah.
Got a couple of kids' names out.
Did you?
Names out. First thing out was Alice.
Who the fuck is Alice?
Yeah. And she was a long way from home as well, wasn't she?
So, yeah, we're back together again now. Not that long left to go, but we thought what we'd do is come back into the main hall downstairs, because this is where we usually start, in an S-box, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So I've got the S-Box running, I just need to turn the volume up. But as Adam said, we've always started in here. And we just thought, okay, we just split up for a bit. Brilliant that we've both had activity or we've been split up, but we thought we'll start in here with an S-Box, and then what we're going to do, just for something completely different, we're going to walk, to finish off, we're going to walk the building with the S-Box, and then see what different kind of bits we get doing it that way. But yeah, so let's get the S-Box going. Are there any teachers here with us?
Kind of like 20 then.
Are there any children here? We're going to walk around now with this. Are you going to come and join us? Can you tell us your name?
Shot past the camera then. Let's look at that.
What, sorry?
Something just shot past the camera and just... Yeah, I don't know, you have to have a little look at that.
I think what they do then, they walk and talk.
Yeah.
Tell us your name. How old are you? Headmaster here. Yes. Headmaster. Should we be scared of you, Headmaster? You're not going to be here for much longer. This is your last chance to say hello. I'm actually thinking, and I'll say it on camera, because this was so audible up here.
Thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only for this last sort of 10 minutes just to see. if anything. In fairness, I think when we're up here and this side, it takes a while to sort of build and get down there.
Yeah.
I think once you get down there, stuff happens. Now, for me, I'm interested in just going straight back in the hangman's room and seeing if
After
those...
what's just happened.
After what's just happened,
Yeah,
honestly,
of
if
course.
it could sort of replicate that noise, then I'd be made up. And I think sort of as you move further down, that's when you start hearing these things. But that's 316 now. But again, I didn't hear any of the bangs like we heard when I was up here. The camera's still going. That camera's still going on.
Definitely colder.
Yeah. I mean, that was one thing I did feel was in the smaller classroom. It felt like I had the cap all light up next to me on the chair. It was like a cold shiver came upon me.
Give your arm a rest because you've been carrying this around anyway.
The bang, it was literally, it was here. I was probably stood roughly there, pointing this way, and it was somewhere around here, but it literally went like Kevin, bang, because I had the spirit talking on, where Kevin came out, and then that bang went, and there was something about like, you know, we can't protect you or something like that. So, and yeah, and then about 30 seconds later, there was a tackle of one of these tables, so definitely something tapped it or moved it. But yeah, it was, I mean, definite takeaway tonight is that for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so loud. And again, it's frustrating that, you know, in the moments, and obviously when we've probably replayed this so many times, it's like, oh, it's not obviously like that loud, but you're not here, you're not in the moments, you're not on your own, you're not in such quiet, it amplifies so much. So, yeah. If you are here, can you maybe try and make that noise again? You did say you like to make noises, and you like to communicate. So maybe just before we leave, can you try and maybe make a noise again for us? Maybe you can try and move a chair or a table. We don't mean any harm or any disrespect. Maybe just one more thing you can do for us before we leave.
Ooh,
What was that?
that was over there.
It was like a little slight knock or crunch or
Yeah.
something.
It's like dink dunk.
Thank you. Maybe come a little bit closer to us. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Thank you.
Wow.
That was closer.
That was a lot closer. Thank you.
And again, it was a different noise. Like a ping on a chair or something. That sounded like...
I mean, it sounded like it was like on one of these pictures here.
Mm.
And he asked for something to be closer. He couldn't get much fucking closer than right behind me.
Just like a little ping, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was definitely behind me.
Thank you. I mean, I don't know what more we could sort of ask for. If we can maybe move something so we could see it, that would be brilliant. I mean, everything you've done tonight so far has been superb in terms of noises. Perhaps maybe we can see you. Maybe try and throw something.
Something went across in front of the blackboards then, some kind of light, and normally but I'd have to check that back before.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's a different noise compared to last time. Thank you.
Just like moving around, just watching us.
Yeah. Can you maybe show us where you are? It seems to be running around and moving around. There, there, there.
Yeah.
It's pretty much. You can't even trying to, get into the explaining what potentially it could be. But in such a short space of time, being in a room, yeah, that's creaked, yeah, that's moved a little bit, and yeah, there's a tap on it, and it's like, but we've been there before and just been silent, and we haven't been there half the noises, so.
Yeah, I mean, even just to do this last bit, it was a great shout to come straight down here.
There's one more thing you could do for us, and maybe make it as loud as possible, and as close to us as possible. We'd really appreciate that.
Thank you so much for what you have done tonight.
And it must take a lot of energy to do that. Maybe you can use a tiny bit more. Try and move one of the tables or pull one of the chairs out. Knock one of these chairs over next to me. Bang on the blackboard again. Kevin, maybe if you're here, if that was you before. It's hard, isn't it, as investigators, you think you've got a lot, and there'll be places where we go and we won't even get even a smidgen of that. It's like, oh, you're never happy, you want something else, you want something else, but
I think we can safely say, mate, because I'll flip this round, because we'll have to be packing up soon anyway. Guys, I think tonight we can safely say that we are happy paranormal investigators, because we are great advocates of the taps and the knocks not being taken seriously enough. And tonight, I mean, they've been that loud. You just, and in that one downstairs in the sensory room as well, for me, being so loud, and us both being on, basically just laying down and lounging about, and both being on camera.
I think obviously in your head when you putting this together and thinking, right, what room are we going to go and where are we going to put cameras and stuff like that, because we know the building so well. But to have things that, again, we haven't had in the 6, 7 or 8 times that we've been here before, it's, we count ourselves so lucky. And I think, it is sort of patience is a virtue and going back to a place quite a lot. I think maybe it's just sort of that position of trust and the spirit's a little bit more friendly with you.
Exactly.
But yeah, I've got to say, audibly tonight, I mean, this is by far one of the best locations that we've done, and some of the best evidence that's even started to make me think that a little bit more as well, believe it or not. So I am getting there slowly but surely, and there's a few bits tonight that really have even got me on edge as well, which is, it's just such an amazing location. So.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll see you in a couple of minutes to wrap all this up.
So guys, that ends our investigation tonight at Hoylake Parade Community Centre on the Wirral. I don't even know where to start, mate.
Oh no, exactly. And as we've said throughout this episode, this has been so good to come in and finally do what you guys have wanted us to do. Because you've seen it on some of the fan events and you've seen some of the amazing evidence we've captured. But what would we get just the two of us? And I think you come into it and you go, if we get 10% of what we've had on the event, we'd have been happy. But I think we've had some phenomena tonight that you can only dream of experiencing on an event.
Most definitely. I think it's gone from that sort of 10% to 200% in terms of everything that we've sort of had on these events has happened, but then amplified so much more so. And I think we just count ourselves so lucky to hear maybe once, twice, 3 times, but in pretty much most rooms that we've been in tonight, it's finally sort of happened where we've had no equipment go off, but yet it's somehow been one of the best investigations that we've had. And like we said, your eyes and your ears are always your best tools, and I think definitely tonight Hoylake has massively produced for us.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even to the extent, before we went over to do the experiment with me, which we'll come to in a minute, we were speaking to Jill, and Jill hasn't moved. Out those that have been on the events, again, she sits in a little office and understands what we're trying to do as a paranormal investigator. We need the silence, we need the quiet, and we know Jill hasn't moved, and so we know it's not been through Jill opening and shutting doors that has caused some of the audible phenomena that we've had.
But equally, we've been in rooms where it's happened, so obviously it's happened within that moment. And hopefully as well you enjoyed the little experiments that we threw Chris into as well. And we wanted to ramp this up, especially for us as well, because I think we were getting a little bit too comfortable, so we did want to sort of put ourselves in these uncomfortable positions. And fingers crossed you enjoyed it, and if you want to see potentially more of that, make sure you leave a comment after the episode, and where do you want to see Chris next, basically.
Make sure that comment says, I would like to see Adam do, but no, I mean, fair play, I might have only scraped through on the vote by 1 vote, but, it was a great idea of Adam's, and that whole taken away, it's that we say we trust each other, and that's the thing, we have to as paranormal investigators. If one of our stomachs rumble and the other one jumps, say it's your stomach, there's no, it's the little things where you've got to trust each other. So that was total trust over there with the blindfold on in a building I genuinely have never been in before. It was horrible, but at the same time, again, as Adam said, for a while we've been in a comfort zone doing Haunted Scouse, and going through this autumn-winter series, we are taking ourselves out of that comfort zone and we are ramping things up like we've never done before.
Definitely, and obviously we want you there along for the ride with us, so make sure that you've hit that subscribe button below, and obviously again, if you've got any ideas for maybe some potential experiments, leave them in the comments as well. And it's just, wow, I don't even know, I'm quite speechless, to be honest. I don't know where to go with this next.
The fact that he is on camera saying he's actually starting to waver a little bit, because of what, it's not just that chair eventually will fly across the room and hit him on the back of the head. But some of the stuff tonight, we can't explain it, and it's like, it's just amazing. It's what we do it for. It's why we have these late nights, and you just hope that you're tired for a good reason, and tonight is definitely one of those nights. But I will finish off by saying it's been a while since we've been here for an event, guys. So if you want to come back to Hoylake Parade with us, again, you've got to leave it in the comments, and we will hire this place again in early 2025, and we'll bring you guys back in, and let's do it again. And for any teams out there that want to hire the place after watching this, why wouldn't you?
Definitely.
Again, get in touch. It's really cheap, so small teams will be able to afford it without team sharing, which is always great.
Yeah, and as I said, if you can get half of what we've got tonight that we have, you will not be disappointed. But it's getting late, we've got a lot of equipment to sort of pack up. We absolutely went multi-camera on this episode, as you can probably tell. So yeah, we need to pack up, but thank you so much for watching, and yeah, we will see you next time.
See you next time, guys. Take care.
Ta-ra. Health and safety conscious we are, as you can see.
Yeah. You all said you wanted to see me do a bit of table dancing. There you go. That's just lost half the subscription.
Even when we finish filming, there's still half an hour before we can go home.
There's
Yeah.
things we do for you.
Yeah. See you later, guys.
Oh, fuck me. Oh.